What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Russell Wilson. He has now been released from the Denver Broncos after 2 years of I would say it wasn't the best for Russell Wilson. And now they've made it official. We all saw this coming after he was benched the latter part of last season when he was actually playing well. But he had a coach that didn't want him. And that was very clear at the beginning of the season that Sean Payton was going to find a way to get rid of Russell Wilson. And they did everything they could to make Russell Wilson uncomfortable. People will say, well, Russell wasn't playing well, or Russell had an ego. He had his own office and this, that. And they slowly but surely removed those things. Listen, the Denver Broncos traded a lot to get Russell Wilson. They did. People think that they're the ones that got fleeced in that trade with Seattle Seahawks, and that Seattle may have won more from that trade than they did. Ultimately, I think it was in the best interest of Russell, and it was in the best interest of everybody in that situation that he move on. And this situation it might be the same too, because he's a veteran quarterback who I believe still may have some left in the tank. Listen, if Aaron Rodgers can move on, so can Russell Wilson. I'm not saying they're both from the same caliber. What I'm saying is Russell's still a little bit younger and healthy, and his stats were not that bad with the Denver Broncos. So let's get into this article by Yahoo. It says, years will pass and it will be impossible to remember how excited Denver Broncos fans were for the Russell Wilson era. In March of 2022, the Denver Broncos traded a haul to the Seattle Seahawks for Wilson. The price didn't matter at the time. The Broncos were getting a 9-time Pro Bowl quarterback and finally ending a long stretch of horrendous play at the position. At least that's how it was supposed to turn out. The Wilson trade and subsequent contract extension will go down as one of the most ruinous in NFL history. On Monday, the Broncos put an end to the Wilson era after 2 seasons, after announcing his release with a statement from General Manager John Patton and head coach Sean Payton. We spoke with Russell Wilson today to inform him of his release after the start of the league year. The statement reads, on behalf of the Broncos, we thank Russell for his contribution and dedication to our team while wishing him the best as he continues his career. And that is the statement. I mean, they had this statement typed up probably before the start of last year, because Sean Payton, I believe, made it very clear that he did not want to coach Russell. When you have new people in place, it was going to be difficult for Russell to be able to stay there with a coach who was always dropping hints, not so subtle hints, that Russell wasn't going to fit with, And again, we could talk about Russell's inconsistent play, but there was an improvement from his first year with Denver with a different coach to his second year. There was a stark difference. And it did look like at times that, his teammates was a little bit agitated with him. But maybe Russell just rubs people the wrong way. It happened in Seattle. There were some people there that he may have rubbed the wrong way. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he improved last season from the season before, because he was with a better coach, but ultimately with a coach that didn't want him. We all saw them on the sideline when Sean Payton was yelling at him. That was frustration because he didn't want him there anyway, but he said, you know what? He has this huge contract. It'll be difficult to move it. Let's just see how it works. And that's what they did. That's what Sean Payton was going to do. But when the season went on, they did make a run. People don't understand. They went on the street. They went on a run. And then you bench this guy, And this is Russell Wilson's statement. Now we're going to look at Russell Wilson's statement here. Broncos country, thank you. Over these last 2 years, excuse me, you have welcomed my family and me with open arms, and have embraced us as members of the Denver community. This city will always hold a special place in my heart. Our family grew here. We made countless memories and friendships and formed relationships that will last a lifetime. To my teammates, thank you for going to battle together and for being there through it all. There are so many so many moments I cherish because of you, and I am blessed for the impact you have made on my life. I am beyond grateful for all of you, and to have been able to run out as your teammate was an honor. Court, I will never forget your one-handed catch in LA and your toe tap in Buffalo. Bulls, you always wrapping your arms around me, win or lose. Brandon Johnson, your relentless work ethic. Jew, you snagging and high pointing the ball versus KC, Javante, and Tim. Y'all always been positive in the midst of injury, but fighting daily to be back. Jaleel, you running to the end zone every practice. I still think Burton got you though. Alex, from picking you up years ago to seeing you shine, to the O-line dinners at Los Dos, to everyone helping like Lamar, making sure I had all the film and cut-ups, to Harry and Cole, the best program warm-ups. I'll never forget Wendy and Brandy in the cafeteria daily bringing the good food, but the even better jams. Thank you for always being uplifting. Finally, to Ray, aka Pastor Ray Jackson, thanks for the countless prayers daily to give God the praise daily, and us getting on the floor to thank Jesus, to breathe in the good times and the bad times. He always gets the glory. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. God's got me. I am excited for what's next. Number 3. Now, this is what he had to say in his statement. You notice he doesn't, unless I missed it, he didn't thank Sean Payton or the current GM because he knows that they didn't want him there. And they're releasing him now, but they know it's, major hit. Again, I'm not going to go in on the Broncos doing what they feel like they have to. They want to move on, but you traded. And that's my only problem, is that they traded so much to get him, paying him a lot of money. They put themselves in a situation, but I guess, you have a new coach, new people are in that situation, front office maybe, that are like, listen, we need to get from under this. And I believe they tried numerous times to get him, Russell, to sort of change his mind, his contract, restructure. It didn't happen. And they were dead set on getting him out of there. I think Sean Payton was like, listen, this is going to be his last season here. He's going to have to go. And now he's gone. And I want people to understand, I have nothing against the Broncos wanting to move on. Y'all know I've had my criticism of Russell, but I do think Russell, was in a tough situation. I really do. He was in a tough situation. He didn't play horribly last year. They went on a run when he was starting, but it was clear that the people there didn't want him there. The Wilson area in Denver will be remembered for Wilson's ineffective play on the field, the sloppy way in which the Broncos handled his final season, one of the most lopsided trades ever, and the astonishing amount of money the Broncos spent just to find themselves back in the quarterback abyss. So let me know what you think in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram. Make sure y'all check out all the other channels. Follow me on Rumble, and I'll see y'all next one.